What's up, what's up? Welcome to another episode of The Word Is Out. I am your host, Marsaya Taylor, here in always. Today we're talking about social media, sex, violence, and ignorance on social media. I'm telling you, you understand what I'm talking about. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, World Star. You know, this is me, your host, and we bringing it to you hot and off the charts. And we're going to tell you how we feel about social media. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing for us as a people? In my opinion, well, like I said, we're going to get back to that, you know what I mean? So, welcome to The Word Is Out, and we're going to talk to people and engage everybody who else want to talk in the conversation. Right now, we feel like water bugs right now, floating in the water. But right now, I'm getting hot and heated. We're going to lay it down to it. And we back. Like I said, we talking about social media, sex, violence, and ignorance in social media. Now, we got some panelists to let you know what's on their mind, how they feel. You know, to my right, we got super producer, Cleach. Yeah. To his right, we got my man.
Hey, how everybody doing? This Lottie Paparazzi to Ankama. Shouting out the bricks, please.
Oh man, I thought you were from Brooklyn for a second. Then we got the lovely young lady.
Hi, my name is Miss Kana. I'm from North New Jersey. I represent Fifth Element Entertainment and Production, and I'm a singer/songwriter.
Oh man, Newark got it going on, everybody. Newark got it going on. I'm the only one from the oranges up in here, so you know, be timid on me. Yo, today we talking about sex violence on social media. Every time I go on Facebook, you see a chick like this on Facebook like this. You know what I mean? You see a chick like this, like that, and she a nurse, or she a principal in your high school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, is that ignorance, or it's like the new thing of the 2000s? Everybody gotta have their booty out, or if I'm doing the knockout game, and I'm gonna knock this total stranger out and go world star. You know, crazy stuff like that. I mean, like, hey, maybe because I'm in my 30s, well, I'm an old head, I don't know.
I mean, the knockout game been going on forever. It's been going on forever.
The knockout game?
Yeah, that's been going on forever.
Well, since back in the day, right?
People be out here knocking out drunk poppies.
Yeah?
That's nothing new. That's been going on.
So basically, they doing the same thing that we used to do. They just put it on the camera.
But the news now, they're trying to bring it to they're trying to bring it to our attention now to amp it up, to make more of us do it.
Right.
So they're now putting it on TV, but that's been going on.
Let me ask my man Lottie right here. What do you think the evils of social media?
Well, personally, I just feel like it's the illusion of fame. A lot of people don't really have any talent. They're not really creative. And they just want a way to be seen and to be noticed, whether it's positive or negative. In the society that we live in today, it's just like negativity. People are just really attracted to negativity. So, you know, it's not a big deal to push an old lady down the stairs and record it and put it on the camera and think you're going to get some kind of accolades about it. Or even with the Facebooks or the Twitters, and it's you know, people just want to be noticed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand what you're saying. That's a human nature thing right there. Like, if I see somebody getting knocked out or an old lady falling down the staircase and I got my cell phone, I'm like, yo, that's messed up. That shouldn't. Yo, if rewind, let me see that again real quick. Yo, that's crazy right there. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Come on now. That's a nature thing, right? But I'm not saying it's wrong. Someone in us is always wrong things that we all do. You know, but hey, you know, but these kids just bringing it to life. I'm not just talking about kids. You got grown adults in their 50s doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's adults. You know, it's just getting out of hand.
Right.
You know, and you would think a person would want to be famous because it's going to bring them wealth or money, but you know, but you're not even gaining anything. People want to get fame even if it's risking their freedom, because these people is beating people up, shooting people. They doing anything and recording it and then putting it on the internet like you're not going to get arrested.
Right.
So that's a whole nother level of ignorance for people.
Yeah, so even about little stuff like on Facebook, the girls were popping their butts.
Oh, yeah.
Or somebody butt naked,
Right.
or they got some dude in the alleyway stripping him butt naked.
Right.
I mean, so it's just straight up ignorance. But let me ask the young lady what she think about the evils of social media.
Okay, I feel like social media is used in a negative way a lot.
Oh, okay.
I do believe that, but I feel bad for the people that really want to do things positive with social media, as far as like promoting their music, as far as trying to get a good word across towards, you know, to those that need to hear it. But I feel like it's always promoting the negativity. Like everybody said it here before, it's promoting a lot of negativity, where opposed that it should be really promoting growth and
Positive.
education, and you know what I'm saying, like getting kids to do things with their life that's more positive than pulling guns or raping women or seeing women on TV doing those type of things. But it all has something to do with money.
Right.
Anything that's wrapped around money, trying to get money, trying to put any type of promotion, they're going to use sex, they're going to use lies, they're going to use anything that's going to promote that to make it seem like it's more than what it is.
That's just like with the music nowadays. Everybody is talking about, if we ain't talking about popping the booty or getting money or anything else, it's not selling.
Right. And that's the number one thing. Like they say, sex sells.
Right.
But, you know, like it shouldn't be that way. It should be to where, you know, if you have a positive talent, a positive attitude, a positive thing going on with yourself, you should be able to live by that and produce and make money off of that instead of just being seen as negativity all the time.
But what can we do to stop all that negative stuff that come on Facebook and Twitter, you know, or Instagram? What can we do?
I feel like they promote a lot of this on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna whatever gets their ratings going.
Right.
As far as like putting out World Star and all these type of other things they got on Facebook, I feel like they shouldn't promote it as much as they should. They should promote why we shouldn't have this on Facebook, why we shouldn't have this on the public media, why we shouldn't have this on different type of social networks. Because if it's not seen and it's not heard about, it wouldn't be so displayed.
Right. I mean, like I said, we should have some leaders in our community. You know what I mean? Like what I was just saying about the principal with the booty popping on Facebook or something like that, or dropping it like it's hot. You know what I mean? All that craziness. So if I was a kid, like this, we got a kid right here in the audience. He said life is all good with him. He don't see no negative in his life. I mean, I wish I was a kid, him for a second. You know, but if I see my principal doing something like that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be wilding out too, because my principal doing it. You know what I mean? We see my man Ross Barack, who just came mayor. You know what I mean? And then he's slinging back and forth with the guy Jeffries. And I hear that, they were saying something personal about him. They saying something personal about him. Then they were like, the other people, they gonna follow online. Well, if they want to run for something, or you know. So if I'm a leader or something, and you see the ignorance that I'm doing, then you gonna do the same thing, like Martin Luther King or somebody like that. Now we can't follow after Martin Luther King. Now you say he had mad hoes back in the day.
That's why it goes in, like,
you know what I mean?
That's why it goes in. You have to have a good example. You have to be a good example for the little ones, because the little ones are looking to see what's going on. They're paying attention more to us than we think that they are.
Right.
So we have to be a better example for them. And once they see us as a good example, they'll say, I can look up to that person. I want to be like that person. I want to follow the footsteps that this person is putting in front of me. And, you know, that'll make things better. But with the kids seeing all this stuff that they're seeing on TV and social media, it's not presenting anything positive.
So should they have some type of disclaimer or something like that? Yo, chill from the booty popping. I mean, if you 60, man, chill. You know what I'm saying? Just lay in your covers and watch television and put a picture like that up on your Facebook page. You know what I mean? I don't want to see your drawers hanging out. Or you at the club with an exclusive, like, yo, we got it popping tonight. I mean, like, I don't want to see that if you 65. I don't want to see it. But I'm not just talking about, I don't want to see it either if you like in your young age, even 25. Let me ask Cleachy something right here. Like we were just talking about the music, you know, and a lot of artists out there want to portray, I'm the man on the block, or I got the baddest chick, or I got this going on, I got the Bugatti, I got all this going on, I got everything popping. Everybody want to be like them, you know. So do you think you fall into like ignorance on social media?
Repeat that one more time.
That was a lie I just said.
No, the last part.
Do you think it falls into like what people are doing on social media, like all the ignorance that's going on, not just in the music, television, or there's something they see on out here on the block, even their parents.
Yeah, I I feel like we gotta recognize what the problem is first, right? And we blame. I feel like we blame the wrong people. Like we blame, you know, for what's going on. We blame the kids out here, even the parents, even. But to an extent, you know, there is blame. But people only take in what they've been given, and it's like all we're being fed is negativity, like from TV, the music that we're given, like because it's not that, you know, it's not any talent out here or anything like that. The people that control the music industry, that control a lot of the big labels, it's dumb. They're the ones that's controlling what is being put out, and this is what we're taking in. So it's like, oh, we just doing all that's what we know. Like this is all we know. This is all we see. Like the older ones understand because they know what was at the time, but now what's now. But the younger cats, this is all they know. They don't know they don't have anything else to compare it to.
And like he was saying earlier, all the stuff that they did before, like, you know, Instagram, Facebook and stuff like that, they was doing it before. But since Instagram and Facebook is hot now, they're just putting it on there.
It's just magnifying.
But I mean, like, what about new stuff like catfishing or cyberbullying? Catfishing is like, say like I'm a dude, right, and I like you. And I get on there and I'm saying, my name is Michelle with a big booty. You know what I mean? And you like, oh, what's good, Michelle? What's going on? What's going on with me and you? You know what I mean? Now I'm saying all this stuff to you for like a month. Like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna be over your house next week. You know, something like that. But you think I look good, I'm giving you all the information, whatever. That's catfishing. So you don't know who I am, but I'm saying I'm somebody else. You know what I mean? Then you find out who I am, you probably won't give me a knuckle sandwich after that. But, you know, but that's catfishing. And they do that on social media. You know what I mean? And cyberbullying, everybody know what cyberbullying is, right? I mean, all of this stuff is brand new. All this stuff is evils that we do on social media. You know, like with the kid who jumped off the bridge because his roommate put him up because he was homosexual and he filmed it. You know, all this stuff is like psychotic in our minds. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you think about that, Lottie? I mean, like, if we're not strong in our spirits, we could just let anything like on social media do whatever. I'm gonna do whatever because somebody got their booty hanging out on Facebook. I know I'm still stuck on that with booty hanging out.
You know, I just know that you become what you think about most of the time. And if you don't take the time to control what you're taking in, like through the media, through the television, through the internet, through the music, if you're not taking the time to sit down and control that, then you're gonna be controlled by what's being put out. And if all you're getting, if the only thing, the majority of the stuff that's being put out is, you know, negative images and negative music, and then you're gonna take that in, and then you're gonna express that.
So how come something like, if I'm saying, oh, praise Jesus, you know, and I'm a Christian, and I got that on social media, they're like, oh, okay, I get a couple of views, whatever. But I'm saying about popping bottles, and I'm gonna kill this dude around the corner, I got 1 million views.
Because that's the culture that we live in.
You heard the brother in the back, you said we outnumbered by the ignorance that's what's going on.
Right.
Finally, I'm saying ignorance right. Oh, I just messed up when I just said it the second time, my fault, you know?
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what the culture is. We live in a culture of ignorance.
So why our mindset is like that? I remember back in the 90s, it was all about the beginning, like, yo, free Africa, black people, this, that, and the third. I thought it was going to generate to more positivity. It started getting worse. I mean, even after NWA started talking about I'm shooting, killing your moms and stuff like that.
Right, you know, but the people that was making the music, speaking on black consciousness, those are not the people that own the labels. Those
Right.
are just artists. The people that own the labels, I don't think they're really too interested with specific anybody.
The people that own these labels, they care nothing about the well-being of the craft. They care nothing about the well-being of the craft. Like, some of them invest in prisons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they invest in prisons and they just look at it as a dollar sign. So they look at it like, say we put out somebody, say I invest in a prison in Chicago, I put out an artist like a Chief Keef, I know he's not gonna sell no records. I know I'm gonna use him to influence the youth. This is all we're gonna be pumping, and this is what's gonna influence the youth, especially in Chicago. What's going on in Chicago is already going on there, but now it's amplifying. Chicago's at an all-time high right now with their murders. And all this is doing is filling up the prisons which they invest in.
I just wanted to bring out too how you got to look at it like this. It's a different generation that's being raised right now. You have younger kids now being raised by, you have younger kids raising their own children. You have, opposed this back in the day, it was the older generation raising children. Now you have younger children raising babies, and it's the way they're learning is totally different from the way that we learned when we were younger. Right. So it's like what they see on TV and the things that they're doing, they're just displaying what they're told by their younger parents.
So what happened to our mothers out there? Big grandma disciplining everybody, beating everybody, getting everybody in line and stuff like that. Now I got the young grandma who got the pop.
That's a good question.
No, I'm serious. I see grandmothers. They in their late 30s. They got their chests out, booty out, and they going to the club tonight.
I mean, you still have some older grandmothers around who want to be a good influence in
Where?
their
I want to
life.
see one.
But it's like these children are so rebellious nowadays. Right. They're so rebellious and they don't want to listen. They want to do their own thing, and they want to living the street life. They want to live the street life. They want to have that type of influence that they see around, and they want to be a part of that. So being that they want to be a part of it, they raise their children like that.
Right.
And that's how society is.
So basically, we are people that want to be a part of something.
Basically, that's how they.
I want to be a part of that. Because we always talk about what the white man's doing, what the white man doing this, right? But we still want to be a part of what he's doing.
Exactly.
We talk about him, but we want to be a part of it. So it's Facebook. So since I want to be a part of Facebook and everybody have me know that I'm popping, I'm going to have my booty out. I'm gonna lay out a grand on the table talking about I'm getting money. I just robbed 8 Negroes around the corner. You know what I'm saying? It's just straight ignorance. My producer over here is gonna kill me. He about to throw daggers at my face. We gotta get to the audience. I'm sorry about that. We got some people that want to charm, man. Yes, who wants to say anything on their mind?
Well, I agree with a lot of what they were saying about educating our young people and what's really out there. And you talked about the older and the younger people not raising their children. I am a grandmother. I have 6 grandkids. And I teach my kids what's right and wrong. A lot of that stuff on TV, I don't even let them look at it. I don't expose them to that. It's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of evil out there because I don't look at social media that much, but I hear people saying how they be dirty laundry out there, family problems, like if they have a problem with somebody in the family, how they get it, put it on social media. You just gotta educate yourself. And we as older people, we have to think about educating these younger people. Because when I was coming up, everybody in the community helped raise the children. Nowadays, don't nobody want you to say nothing to their children. But it's our responsibility because we are the ones, these young people are gonna be taking care of us if we live to be that old. So it's our responsibility to let them know. If I see a child out there, I'll be acting like, hey, like that's my niece and nephew. Look, that ain't right, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to stop if I can. So it's up to all of us. We can sit here and take the blame and talk about this and talk about that. But who is going to step in? Who is going to step up to the plate and do something about it? So we just got to keep educating them. Yeah, this is wrong. This is a bunch of crap. This stuff that y'all doing out there, they ain't about nothing. But we got to start somewhere. And the place is educating. We have to educate our young people and let them know we have to stand up and be role models for them because they really don't know. Like the young man was saying, people looking, these young girls, they looking for love. They looking for attention. They looking for something they didn't get from their childhood. So you as a person, like I don't want to be prejudiced and say men, but some people they look at, oh, this is an opportunity. This is me. Oh yeah. We shouldn't be looking at our younger people like that. Oh, this is a piece of me, but this is your sister. This is somebody's mother, somebody's child. We need to educate them and let them know.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Like what you were just saying before, some of the grandmothers, you said your grandmother, and some of the grandmothers nowadays, why are they trying to be a part of what's going on with the Facebook, Twitter, and going to the clubs with tight clothes on and stuff like that. Because maybe if the grandmothers, maybe it's the mothers, did what they're supposed to act there, maybe they won't be acting stupid like on Facebook and stuff like that.
And you know what? You really can't say the mothers because you don't know, like, what that person as a mother been through and why they the way they are and the why they act. But like I said, it's still up to us to educate them and let them know because we can't blame it on the parents. We can bring it on it, but we don't know what those parents went through. Like I said, that's all they know. That's all they've been taught. But those that know better, we can do better. Some people just don't know better. They've been through life situations. I talk to people all the time. And sometimes you can find out when you talk to people why they are the way they are, when you take the time and talk to them. And then you can say, okay, I see why this and that. But it still goes back to us as a society that those that know better, when we know better, we can help, we can be a part because we can sit there, we can blame this and blame that, blame the white man. The white man ain't got nothing to do with it. It's you as an individual. And that's what I believe. It's you as an individual. What is your, what principles, what foundation, what are you standing on? You know, because some people leave a lot of stuff. Like you said, that's all they knew. That's all they've been around.
Like you said, it's up to us as individuals. But like I said before about being a part, I'm not saying that's like our nature as a people to be a part of something, to be a part of Facebook, be a part of Twitter. What everybody else is doing on Facebook and Twitter, well, even with education, I see people on there, like I said, with their master's degrees, and on there with their doctorates on Facebook saying some English. Or got naked pictures or tight clothes or something like that. But I think maybe it's their spirit. We got the young lady right here. Want to speak? What's your name, young lady?
Hi, I'm Mickey. I just wanted to comment, kind of piggyback off what the sister said in the audience. You have to start with yourself. We can make excuses of what's going on Facebook and Instagram. You have the option not participating in any of those things. On Facebook and Instagram, they also have the option where you can flag something that you saw that you didn't like. A lot of times we don't do that. So we continue to look on those things and entertain it so it continues to stay. We cannot make excuses for ourselves. We have to stop doing that. The music industry, it doesn't matter who owns those labels. It's not the music to the young brother. It doesn't matter what music these companies or labels are putting out. You have the option of not listening to it. So, and a lot of times it's not about not having a dad in the household, a mom. There are a lot of single mothers, there are a lot of single fathers, and kids come out to be successful. It's about your own self. It starts from within. We have to stop pointing the finger and blaming other people. As far as the comment that the brother made with the news. Only thing the news reporters do, they get a call, they respond to say Avon Avenue. When they get there, whoever made the call have told them whatever information. So it's not always going to be true, but guess what? We're the ones on those corners giving them the information. So it starts with ourselves. We have to learn to build our community. That's where it starts from, our communities.
Like, it's so much of a bigger picture going on now right here. And the way things are set up, it's set up for you to pay attention to the things that's really neither here nor there, and it really don't matter at the end of the day, because it's not helping you take care of your family, and it's not taking you away from taking care of your family. We need to really start paying attention to what really matters, and also the system of things and who's controlling it. Because if the people let me just finish my thought. Like, if the people that we put in power, that control things, and the people that are in power that we don't even know about, if they wanted a certain type of society, or if they wanted us educated, why they close so many schools down? If they want us to walk in a pious and righteous manner, why 24 hours a day the idiot box is filled with idiot entertainment? You know what I mean? This is not by accident. This is by design, and we have to start realizing that is bigger than what we think it is, because this is not by accident. The community that we live in, we didn't just fall into it like this. If they wanted Newark to be very prosperous for all of its citizens, it would be prosperous. But they take their money since money is what make the world go round, they take their money and they invest it into what they want and what's going to further their agenda. And I think it's time that we really need to start paying attention to what's really going on out here.
Think about it. I just had a conversation with a young lady here, and she was saying that for like the homeless people out here in the street, to go to a shelter, they got, in the future they won't have to pay for it. I think they're doing that now. They had to pay to go to the shelter, and you homeless on the street, you don't even got to that. How you gonna pay to go to the shelter?
You know how much they pay for a bed in the shelter? You know how much they pay for a bed?
How much?
$1,500 a month.
The homeless person?
Yeah, for a bed in the shelter, $1,500 a month. The government is paying, right? Why can't you put that into putting these people in homes?
Exactly.
My rent is $710. You could, per one person, you could put 2 people in a home.
Right.
They like, this ain't no coincidence.
So you saying $1,500
$1,500
a month for a bed?
I was homeless at once, and
Right.
I stayed in Fulton Street down here one time for a couple of months. You know, me and my
Right.
twin brother. Like that's $3,000 that you're spending. You know how much people you could put in a house for in an apartment for $3,000? Like, this ain't no coincidence.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, they're making it harder for us as a people. But what I'm trying to say is, like with social media and everything, we just how we respond to it is pure ignorance.
Yeah, it is.
Because I mean, like, they got like situations like I was just talking about outside. I said for you to get a job, they said if you got bad credit, you can't get a job.
But I'll tell you,
I'm really on that.
I'll tell you this too, though. Even if you're like ignorance, because ignorance means not to know, right?
Right.
Even if you're positive, right? If you're doing something positive, but at the end of the day, you know, you're still gonna blame, you know, us or what's going on and not even know what's really going on. That's ignorance too. It's like not really understanding how the system is working and what's really causing this. That's ignorance too. That's like not just the person who's doing the negative because he don't know what's going on. That, you know, that's not just ignorance. Like, ignorance is also the positive person that don't understand what's going on. And even if you wanted to help, you couldn't because you don't understand what's going on to help.
I just want to say that it goes back to what the young lady over there has said. I feel like, you know, everybody has a choice. You have a choice of the people you want to be around. You have a choice of people you don't want to be around. And when you make a choice to be around certain people, you tend to follow after what they do. Right. Especially if it's negative. If it's somebody positive that you're around, you're going to do those positive things. But if you continue to see yourself with being in a negative field and you know you have a positive mind, you shouldn't be in that. You shouldn't be putting yourself in the same situation as far as that's concerned. Like, even it all goes down to like going back to the social media. Like, if you constantly watching somebody shoot somebody on TV, or you constantly watch somebody rape somebody, or you constantly see somebody shaking and you know what, you know, you want to say, oh, that's what I want to do. That's how I'm going to grow up. That's how I want to come up. But if you're constantly looking at the positive things that you need to look at, that's going to educate you, that's going to make you get somewhere with yourself, then everything will turn out better for your future. You know, like nobody can say what the future's going to hold for anybody. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you surround yourself with positive things, you're going to become a positive person. Right. But if you keep putting yourself in that negative role, you're going to stay paddling trying to find your way out of that storm.
Right.
That's true. But a lot of these people don't know better. It goes back to that. Like a lot of people is around negative, but they think that this is not saying they think that this is the right thing, but they have nothing else to compare it to. Right. And so it's like, you know, their standard for something is so low compared to somebody who's around more positivity, and standard is higher for something.
Do you think the majority of us is just basically followers?
Yes. Yes. We just taking what we're fed with.
Right.
A system that you know nothing about. So
right.
When you're going into a system you know nothing about, you're naturally going to start to follow to figure out what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. I'm sorry. Let me get over here for you.
It's
an old proverb that says, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, but if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Same thing with social media. Social media is just a tool, but the people behind it are the ones that's working it to give it power and everything else. Everything else behind it is the people. So the thing is, we all go through life, but when you reach a point in life where you make a conscious decision on how I want to live my life, this is how you're going to live your life. I mean, we all grow up and we make choices in life, and it's the choices that you make that structure which way and which direction you're going to go in life. Every day is not going to be sunshine. Every day is not going to be positive. Every day there will be some days that are going to be negative. We all grew up in environments that are not the best, but we are all, or we will reach a place of maturity where we can say, you know what? I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be in this environment. And God, prayerfully, we all grew up in some place where we had access to books, we had access to knowledge, and prayerfully, God, or whatever source that you believe in, placed somebody in your life where you had a place of influence that could say, you know what, here's some knowledge that I can pour into you, and you can grab on and hold to and say, you know what, this is something, or the fish that you can eat from a lifetime that could structure you to go into a different direction. We can't blame social media for saying this is going to be the booty popping place for you to go, because there are people sitting at computers clicking and hitting like buttons to make you go in a different direction. Plain and simple. That's just a computer. You're talking about Mark Zuckerberg that's making $1 million, but they sat in a room and thought about it to put it on a computer so that people like us could sit behind another computer and click the button and make their money. When we can sit and do the same exact thing that they're doing. And there are a whole other people that are doing Twitter, blogs, Tumblr, and a whole other, it's not just white people, it's black people too. So we all have the same access to things, and yeah, we're black, so we have to work twice as hard. God gave that to us. It's called resilience. We have the bounce back ability that they don't have. And that's the thing, we just have to click into it a little bit more, and we can't blame we can't blame society or our environment and say, you know what, that's them and this is us. We have to use that tool in a positive way as opposed to a negative way to say, you know what, society did that. No, society gave that to us. And that's how we can't say that's negative. No, that's a positive thing, because we're going to use it to our advantage. That's why Newark is the way it is. Yeah, it has some bad parts, but guess what? We always bounce back. Right.
Right. Yo, that was food for thought right there. It was something definitely a jewel. That was definitely a jewel. But let me ask you a question. Why do we gravitate? We know exactly what you just now said. We know this. A lot of people know this. But why do we gravitate to the negativity?
Well, exactly. It's not us. It's the people that we are talking about. The ignorant ones that decide that, hey, these are the things that I like. This is the thing that I'm going to put out into, the world for anybody to see. Those are the people that are responsible for all of that. It's not us. We're outnumbered. You know what I mean? I think that the ultimate problem from the starters is that, we don't have a sense of pride. We don't take ourselves and put ourselves on a pedestal and say, hey, we're not going to do this. We're not going to tolerate it. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of like the same thing with the word, the N-word. That's a term of ignorance. It's ugly through and through, but our culture is the only one that's taken that slang terminology and use it as a term of endearment, like we can change the definition when you can't. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear many Caucasians like, yo, that's my cracker. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's us. So it's our problem. It's our fault. We help perpetuate this ugly cycle that's going on the internet or what have you. So it's not the internet, it's not the man, it's none of that. It's about what we accept, it's about what we partake in, it's about, the direction that we choose to go. That's as simple as that. You know what I mean? And within the community, it's about leadership. It's about people not owning up to this or that or placing the blame on this one or that one. It's about figuring out this system, knowing the snares, sharing those ways to get around it, and not pushing your brothers in. We be living like crabs in a barrel. That's the problem. Everybody want to be the biggest. I can't even say that word on TV, right?
I get what he's saying. I really get what he's saying. But like you said, it starts with being leadership. You know what I mean? I think it starts with the leadership in the home. What that newscaster said, like with there's not a lot of fathers in the household. But it does start the leadership in the home. I mean, like, the mother take over the role because the father is not there. So some of the men should say, that's a strong woman. I mean, like in my situation, I said my mother worked like 2 jobs. You know, she worked from, 8 o'clock in the morning all the way to like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then she went to her second job and did some hair until like, 11, 12 o'clock at midnight. So I say, well, she's a strong woman. I'm a man. When I get older, I can do the same thing that my mother did. She's a woman.
But you know what? I feel like you can't really blame it too much on the homes because we have some people that was raised in positive homes and they still turn out to be better friends. So, like, just to put it fully on the parents, you really can't. Like I said, it all goes back to the influence that the child is around, or who the child is around, like, or who the person is around, or what they're saying, or what type of lifestyle that they want to live. Because 9 times out of 10, it's like there's a lot of kids out here that grow up in a good home, but they choose to go the opposite way, and that's what the problem.
Right. And there's a lot. Like they choose to go the opposite way, and I know that because I came from a good home. I know a couple people who came from a good home, and they still chose the streets. Or another guy, he chose college. The other brother chose college. The other one chose the streets because that was more appealing to him. Because I can make fast money, you know, or I can get this girl, that girl, you know. So basically, people on social media, that's what are they doing because it's more appealing. With the sex, the murder, the violence, the ignorance, you know. God is not appealing to me because it's boring. Positivity stuff is not appealing to me because it's boring. It's corny. It's whack, you know. So let me cut this segment, and we probably have something special after the segment. You know, give me 1 second. We'll be right back.
It's my song called Good Love. Oh, you got that good love, baby. Not the kind of love that I can really free your love. Oh, you got that good love. It's not a kind of love, yeah. Oh, you got that good love, that ain't not a kind of love. It's like I'm really feeling the style. Oh, you got that good love, that ain't not a kind of love, yeah. For the first time, I noticed some things, ask myself, if this really be my eyes are closed tight. Then I saw you, my heart was turned cold. Focus for all of the pain that you feel. You make me a choice and that's why you stay. Oh, you got that good love, that ain't not the kind of love. It's like I'm really feeling with the style. Oh, you got that good love, that ain't not the kind of love, yeah. Oh, you got that good love, that is so good, so good. Crazy, but now I have to say that one day I will be a lady. I saw the way you that good love. I never noticed. No, never came. Why you say?
It was a great show. Everybody got into it. Great conversation, even in the interlude, in and out. You know, social media, sex, violence, and ignorance. A lot of people think the things that they do is ignorant. You know, you can use social media as a tool for positivity, but us as a people, for some reason, we want to use it for sex and ignorance. All the drugs and craziness that's going on, because that's what sells, that's what's interesting. The positive stuff is corny, right? Corny. You know, don't get me talking, because I started a whole brand new show just on that, you know. But thank you for watching my show. And I'm not gonna sing because I can't sing, but I'm gonna let you know. This the word is out. We laying it down like mayonnaise. Thanks for hosting us up. We at Center Stage 402, representing Center Stage. Everybody give them a hand of applause. You at least give a hand of applause for Center Stage. Come on. Oh my God, hey, Center Stage. We repping. The word is out. It's us as a people. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. Pop, jump, what?
My name is Andre Davis, and I am a singer, actor, songwriter from New Jersey. I've been doing it now for a little over 10 years. How did I actually come into this business? Well, it wasn't always a dream of mine. I thought about it when I was younger. My grandmother would make me sing, but my goal at that time was to work for the post office, ironically, because my family all worked for the post office. So I thought I was going to work at the post office and become a manager and happily ever after. It wasn't until college, one of the females I was dating, she was doing a play, and they needed a guy who could act and sing. So I went down just, following her, and I got the part. And from there, a couple of other directors saw me, and so I was cast into a couple of different other plays, and from there I got bit by the bug. I got my first deal when I was about 25 with Easy Deuce Records. It's an independent Newark-based label, and from there I was able to open up for some of the best in R&B, including Patti LaBelle and Tina Marie, Jaheim, Tank. Did a lot of work with the radio station, did some work with Andy Williams. And now I'm just working on my next EP that's slated to be released in the spring of 2014. Still with the same management, actually, when I started. Darren Dowdy, he's been great the entire way. We've had our ups and downs like any relationship, like any manager-artist relationship. And, I know now that it was really because of me being too eager at the time. But the good thing is, I have somebody in my corner that definitely has my back. That definitely was the best for me. So I was glad that we were able to reconnect. While we were together, though, I did put out my first album, which is entitled "A New Song." The single "What I Gotta Do," which was the single that we pushed. We did a video for it.
I know I messed up with that other girl. Should've never let her in our world. And I realized what I did was wrong. But let me explain. Now hold on. There's no excuse for me to cheat. But you gotta know that I'm sorry. And I'm ready to make it up to you. Whatever I gotta do, don't you go. Stay with me, don't you walk away. Give me so much pressure, go where I think you are. Go far, wanna step forever and ever go. You are, don't want you to go. No, do know just how much I care.
It wasn't central, it was BTJ. It was picked up on BTJ, a bunch of different other stations. It played on WBLS for the summer that it was released, so we were able to do some great things, man, and I'm looking forward to doing even more with this next EP, which is entitled Shades of A. It'll be coming out next year, and I use Shades of A because it's going to kind of reflect a couple of different genres, but I'm doing them all my way, so that's where I came up with the name Shades of A. Looking to do some more shows. We have some things lined up for 2014 that are just about solidified, but not just yet, so I can't release them too soon. But things like R&B Spotlight, like I was blessed to be able to do an R&B Spotlight. I opened up for Little Mo, sent the video in. Corey Taylor, who's the founder of R&B Spotlight, he saw it. He had me on, and it was a blessing. And it was a great show.
But I think we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. Because we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow.
Like any other show, we have our mishaps, and there were some mishaps there, but we got through it. I can taste the honey that's in your jar. For the biggies that hit the floor. If less is more, take a little bit more of it. Take a little bit more of it. Take a little bit more of it. Take a little bit more. You need to focus less on the past, more about us. My sticks in park too long, take this full, I'm ready to bust. Your road's wide open. Baby, don't leave when I'm just joking. Hard to get only words, but you're hanging out your skirt and now. And so yeah, I'm just looking forward to 2014. I've been blessed this year to do a lot of plays. I've done a lot of theater this year. After the Walk, Underneath It All, featuring Kiara Sheard. Just a ton of plays this year that kept me working, kept me busy. And hopefully 2014, what I'm looking to do is combine that along with reintroducing my music. So 2014 should be a pretty busy year for me. As far as the CD, like a new song, I really draw a lot of inspiration from older singers. Like my biggest inspiration is Donny Hathaway. Following Donny Hathaway would be Stevie Wonder. So I like that old school, that soul sound. And that was reflected on a new song where we tried to, I worked with a new group of producers, they were called the Cavemen, and what we did was we combined that old school soul with new school, and that's where new song came from. So those are really my biggest inspirations. With Shades of A, it's still going to be soulful because that's just me, I'm a soulful singer. But it's not so more a combination as it is just me doing me. It wasn't really strategic. It was very organic. If I felt it, we did it. I really is no better way to put it. I didn't go into it with a game plan. It was just, if a song came to me, however it came out, we recorded it, and they just so happened to be different. So I'm looking forward to this because it'll show my supporters a different side of me, definitely. Well, growing up, my grandmother, she was that praying grandmother. She kept me in church, and she was the one who encouraged me to sing when I was younger, when I did not want to do it. She kept me singing, and I never took it seriously, but I have to credit her with the one God using to actually get me here, because without her making me do that when I was younger, I probably would have never ventured out to do that now. My parents, my mom, she does not sing at all, but she is absolutely my biggest supporter through everything. Like, she's pushed me more than I would push myself, and she's literally just been that rock behind me. And I would not have been able to do as much as I have been without her support. My dad actually does sing, and he's a pastor now. So I have to credit him and his side of the family because that's where most of the singers come from. My mom's side, we don't have too many singers. My uncle, Joseph Thomas, he's an accomplished saxophonist. So I've actually drawn some inspiration from him when I get into some of the more jazzier aspects of what I do. Yeah. Once again, I am Andre Davis, singer, songwriter, actor. Playwright is coming soon. Please, if you have the time, check me out. My website is allaboutandre.com. My Facebook, my Twitter, /allaboutandre. Instagram, /allaboutandre with the number 4. So you can catch me on the web. I'm always up there. I'm always speaking to everyone, so don't be shy. And again, thank you for having me. I look forward to blessing you with the gift that God gave me, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.